Hey, so I am Kristen Bob, owner and founder of Intentional Energy. I chose Intentional Energy for the name of my business because all of the lessons that I've learned, all of the healing modalities that I've mastered, all lead back to intentional energy. It literally is everything when we learn how to come into an alignment with our own personal signature, our own personal energy, and we learn how to intentionally project that out into the world instead of subconsciously just accidentally projecting whatever comes out, then we learn to consciously create our reality. And it really does matter what intentional energy is behind the actions that you take, behind the things that you say. And so, yeah, it's pretty important. And what I mostly work with my clients on is releasing the built up energy that we not only bring into this life that we don't even know about through our DNA and ancestral traumas or past life traumas, things like that, that we carry in as a baby, but every little thing that happens to us in terms of like trauma or unpleasant experiences or things that we witnessed, emotions are energetic, and we actually hold those emotions in our physical body, and we don't know that we're doing it. And the reason that we hold them in our body is because no one's ever taught us how to feel. And actually, it's been exactly the opposite. If you think about a newborn baby, shh, don't cry. So it starts very, very young that we're being taught to stuff our emotions and to fit into what the people around us deem acceptable. And so it's not surprising that we don't know how to do this, but it's such a simple and powerful thing that it's very crazy to me that we haven't learned this yet. And so it's my mission to teach people how to feel. And then at the same time, what happens is when we do attempt to feel, or maybe we've learned this and we're like, okay, I know I need to feel the emotion. It's like we don't even know what that means. Mentally, we don't know how to feel. And if we do get past that hurdle and we learn how to feel, then what happens is, you might hit like a situation that makes you angry in person, right? And you feel that anger bubbling up and you try to feel that anger, but it overwhelms you. And the reason that happens is because anger is a vibration, just like everything in this world, and vibration follows the law of resonance. And so the law of resonance states that when something of similar vibration is vibrating in the vicinity of another similar vibration, it will activate that vibration. So in the same way that like a tuning fork in a band, if you ring the tuning fork on the C note, all of the stringed instruments or piano C notes will ring and they'll automatically activate from that vibration. And if yours doesn't activate your C chord, then you need to, dial it in until it picks up the vibration. Now, once both are vibrating, if you clamp your hand over the tuning fork, the string continues to vibrate because it has been transferred. That energy is still going. And so if you think about that vibrationally in your body, as far as emotions go, when you feel anger in the present now moment, it is activating all of the anger in your body from your entire life. Not only just from your life, but from previous lives or ancestral trauma, basically, passed down from generation to generation through your family line. And so it really is overwhelming when we go to feel something in the present moment and it's attached to like all of this extra emotion and extra sensation. Your body will shut down, your mind will shut down because it can't face it. And so part of what I do with my energy work is I'm clearing out a lot of this energy that you don't need to know about, like energy that's literally made up your body as part of your DNA. Like you can't even see that energy because it's a part of who you are, but yet it's affecting your life and it's affecting the choices you can make for yourself, and it's affecting the roadblocks that you keep coming in contact with. Because it is still vibrating in your body, and it's still, when it's vibrating, it's attracting more situations of a similar vibration. And so it's really, really important to learn to feel for the day-to-day so that as you're going through life, you aren't packing more dead weight onto your body. And it's not just dead weight, it's actually like it creates blockages in your energy. And when our energy is running clear through our body, it goes through all the meridian lines, like in Chinese acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and you have the governing meridian, and it kind of feeds all the bodies. And when that is clear, you are easily able to self-heal. You're easily able to clear something that doesn't belong. But when there are blockages of this dense energy that's almost solidified in your being, that energy kind of has to warp its way around and kind of find new ways. And so your body's not functioning optimally. And so it's really important to release this energy. And what happens when we talk about vibration, right? And like a lot of times when we try to do this work ourselves and we try to just like feel through it or change our mindset or whatever, we have a hard time, you know, thinking the right thoughts or even grabbing the tools that we know we have. Like if you've ever been told to meditate or breathe or journal, it's like in those moments, that's the last thing on your mind. It's the last thing you're going to think about doing because you're vibrating at the level of the problem. You're in it, you're weighed down by it, and you can't access solution-based thoughts. You can't access the positive thoughts when you're in that vibration of the problem. And so what happens is as we release that energy that has been, you know, tension and clenched onto in your body for however many years, you lighten your load, your vibration rises over like your overall frequency. And as your overall frequency rises, it changes your state of being. And now all of a sudden you have access to thoughts that are at this higher vibration, thoughts that are solution based. So for example, if you're vibrating, you know, in anxiety and fear, like that's what you're dealing with in your day-to-day life, you only have thoughts that support anxiety and fear available to you. You only have those same ruminating thoughts of like, oh my God, I can't do this. It's too scary. It's too hard. No one's supporting me. Whatever that thought is for you. It could be any number of things, but it's continuously all you have access to because of the level of your vibration. And you can get these other thoughts or someone can tell them to you, but they don't settle in and they don't make the impact that you would think they would. And then we just go and blame ourselves for that. Well, I just don't get it. I can't do it. It doesn't work for me. When in reality, it's just this, you need to drop some of the sandbags that you're holding on to, drop some of the weight and get to clearer ground where the fog kind of clears. And you're like, oh, okay, now I know what I can do to cope with this. Now I know what the right move is to support myself. And as you learn to do that, things get better and better and better. I do think that this work that I do is so integral right now because of the fact that we don't know how to feel and because of the fact that the world is changing rapidly. A lot of the events that are happening in the world, a lot of the feelings that we're having to face within us, health problems, things like that, it's happening for a reason because the vibrations on the earth are changing and the energy coming in from our sun is changing. And this is all scientifically measured stuff. But as that energy changes, it interacts with our energetic bodies in a way that forces us to detoxify. It forces us to let go of some of this baggage because as the higher vibrational energy comes in around us in the supportive environment of our earth and our atmosphere, it has the law of resonance as well. So if it is our new set point for, we're vibrating at this higher vibration on the earth, these lower vibrational energies can't maintain their hold in our body. They have to be felt. They have to be released. And to the degree that you're willing to turn around and face those feelings and feel through them, they can easily and quickly release and you can feel good about this growth. To the extent that you're resisting that process and kind of trying to tamp it down and trying to use old strategies like just push through and let's get this done, it's going to be difficult and it's going to be uncomfortable and it may cause pain in your body and it may cause illness and it's certainly going to cause triggers and it's just not a fun way to go. But you get to choose. You get to choose if you want to face it and then have someone support you through it, someone like me who can help you with the practicality of it and show you how to activate this transmuting of energy, this feeling sensation in your own body so that you can go forth and do this work on your own, so that you don't have to be in therapy for 20 years to fix yourself. You're already perfect. You're already whole. You just have a lot of baggage that's hiding the truth from you. And so I would really love to help you on this journey. But that basically sums up what I do, is I really clear out some of these underlying problems. And a lot of my tools that I use now actually can rewire your brain, because that's another thing that we have is like, you know, when we do have access to the thoughts, it's like we keep getting pulled back into those old thought loops. We have attachments to different kind of energies that aren't serving us, kind of. And so we do need to do a lot of training of our brain, retraining, and that can be hard and time consuming without this specific energy work that I do to kind of help kickstart that process along. It's very, very supportive. It's very, very noticeable. When you start working with me, you're probably going to notice improvement right away. I'm blessed and grateful to be able to offer this work. And just so you know, like what I'm doing, it is something that you can do, but it's really not me doing it, right? And it's not me doing it for me either. What it is me uncovering my true self enough so that I'm a clear channel. I'm not like muddied up with a lot of old trauma and stuff, because I have faced all of it so bravely and so many times and so thoroughly that I've cleaned my vessel so that I'm pretty clear, my energy. And so when I connect to my higher self, which is my connection to God, source energy, that energy is what's coming through. That energy is what you're getting. And that's why it works distance as well, because energy knows no bounds. There is no distance in the quantum field. You could be right in front of me, or you could be across the world, and I can affect your energetic field exactly the same if we're working together. If you've given me permission and you're open, and if I have the intention and it's strong enough, then yeah, it's absolutely a miracle how it happens. And it's pretty magical. And we're finding out more and more that our world is a lot more magical than we were ever allowed to believe. And this is the proof right here. So let me know if you want to work together. When I do these energetic healings, they're really great, but I love combining them with my coaching and therapy work, because while this clears the way and paves the path for things to be a lot easier, like there is still information that's practical for day to day that's really important for you to get from me, for me to be able to let you know how I have dealt with particular struggles that you might deal with, so that you don't create these same patterns over again, so that you're not in the same exact spot a year from now or 2 years from now. Yeah. Anyway, I love you, and I hope we get to work together soon.